Hello and welcome to another episode of making Diablo clone in Lisp. So today we're going to be picking up right where we left off last week, and that is going to be making loading screen. So yeah, let me just see where we got last time. So let me just tweak my microphone and yeah, d2 clone kit. Right. So let's switch to the package and see. So okay, there are a couple of things. So first off, of course, I'm going to change this button within actual progress bar, which I found the nice art for. And yeah, the next thing is that after I press new game, yeah, it's still on. So I don't really need that. So yeah, I'm going to have to turn that off in a proper time. So yeah, even the escape is not working to launch main menu. So yeah, I'm going to be fixing that first, I think. Right, so let's see. I think I've put in systems this code, yeah, to do the actual progress. So let me just remember, yeah, I'm calling set loading screen progress, right. So I think right after that I would have to like turn that off, like after initialize systems. I think that's a good place to stop the loading screen. So yeah, I think that would make sense. So right, let me switch back to loading screen, and yeah, I think I want that toggle off on T. So yeah, right. Toggle off. So no. Right. So let's see if that helps. Oh, and I think there is another problem, which is if I start over the game again in the same Lisp image, it fails miserably. So yeah, it does fail. Okay, let's see what the problem is here. Yeah, okay, so in set loading screen progress we got some invalid entity, obviously. So we're trying to set a progress of 0, and yeah, that fails. Okay, so let's switch to the code of that set loading screen progress. Right. Okay, so let's maybe debug print the that entity, the debug screen entity I'm operating on. I think that would be -2, which indicates invalid entity. So right, let's quit here and start over again, and oh, it's 0 actually. Okay, how does that? Right, so that progress. Okay, so let me also debug print here to see if, oops, how do I do that? Weird. Okay, I would have to just see if I'm even executing this code. So finding game loop iteration. Yeah, okay, yeah, system. Right. Okay, let's have a try at that. So it's not inline, so it should work right away, right? So again, yeah, yay, we have it. So the problem is here then. Get hash parameters. Okay, let's have a look at parameters, maybe. So that will be tilde a and then some new line, and yeah, the parameters. And that's it. So let's see. Oh, that's 0 and what? I don't quite get it. Weird. So what if I print something also here and here? The good old debugging by printf, or format T in that case. Before and after. So let's see. Okay, we have before, but we don't have after. Right? So... Right. Okay, so I think the problem here is that this loading screen system is not even initialized. Oh wait, but it does not have any components. Okay, what is wrong here? I'm not quite getting it yet. So we do have an entity which is 0, which actually means it is the very first entity that is created. But after that, when we try to operate on that entity, we are getting a crash when we are trying to access its parameters. So okay, those parameters are coming from UI system, right? So it's the component of UI system, the parameters. So let's maybe have a look at components of UI systems, right? I just have to remember how I call those. That would be something like, yeah, something global, something like UI system, no. Okay, let me just quickly recall by looking at dev component macro. So we have a dev SOA and then a system instance. Okay, but where is the actual storage? Oh, I'm recalling it's in the system struct. It should be. So where is my, yeah, here, system, oh yeah, right, components. So that means I would have to look at, okay, first of all I would have to start the whole thing and then just have a look at system components, right, of UI system. That's that. And yeah, we have a size of 0 and the vectors with nils. Why this error though? Because the actual entity is 0. So how? Okay, I would have to remember to what macro expands my call to that stuff, to that thing that does the access. So let me just copy that. So what do I need? UI, no, loading screen system. And here I would have to macro expand this. So, and then something like, I don't know, print parameters. Right, so this macro expands to these parameters, actually macro expand to UI parameters aref with that index. Oh, right, sparse array index ref, system components index. Oh, right, let's have a look at system components index of UI system. Gotcha. Here's that -2, which is actually popping up in the error. Right? Yeah, right. So size is 0, but we are accessing it nevertheless. And yeah, hence we are getting -2 index from there, and yeah, hence the crash. I think I may be having some extra optimization parameters, but anyway. So right, the problem is that by the time we are doing this, the UI system is not initialized for some reason, which is kind of weird because I think my intention was that it would be initialized when this time comes. Keyword. Yeah, I do call funcall color initializer, so I loop through system initializers, and those should include, yeah, it does include make UI system first, which means it was called indeed. Okay, let's do this. Let's try and trace by slide trace whatever, slide toggle something. Yeah, slide trace dialog, toggle trace. I think that's that. So we will trace this make UI system and see if it even was called. So right, I would have to, nope, I have to switch back, well, first of all, to this exception, to this condition, and stop the game and then start it again. Alright, so by now we should have the call to make UI system. So let's switch to trace dialog. I think the key is Ctrl+C+T. Yeah, right. So refresh. Oh, so it wasn't called. Okay, I think I have it. I have the bug pinned. For some reason, my make UI system is not called, even though it should have been. Weird. That's weird. So let's maybe wrap something of that in print and see if that is called. So before calling this initializer, we are printing its, well, name. So let's see what really happens there. So yeah, we do have make UI system. That's super weird. Like, really weird. Because if I'm reading this loop, which I've written correctly, first of all, in the loop iteration, we do all of that for closes, and then only then we do close, right? So we start with I and then count that number, then we loop through initializers, then we get the system variable by calling initializer, and then we get, and only then we do call set loading screen progress. Weird. That's weird. Okay, what is that warning about? The context, progress is defined but never used. Oh, and even this warning, I think it says about the fact that the UI system is indeed initialized, because this warning comes from compiling that prefab file for a loading screen. So that's really weird. That's something fishy going on, it looks like. Okay, so maybe the thing is that the second time my systems are not really properly initialized, so let's remove that back. And yeah, let's have a look at where the system is initialized. So yeah, we make by the macro dev system, we create this constructor, like make whatever system, like for instance make UI system. And in that, okay, what do we do in that? Let's system. Okay, so we construct the actual system structure. We call system create on that. And then we set the global variable, I mean global initializer to that. And that's it. So, but where do I initialize my components? So okay, let's have a look at components and at system create, namely. Right, so system create is method, and I do indeed initialize my components here. Okay, I am simply not getting that. Or do I? Wait a second, so let's switch at loading screen. Um, so I was thinking that I am kind of storing the old UI entity, right? With UI, okay. Right, let's see what happens if I start it afresh. So I'm thinking it would be different from what I was looking at right now. I think that it definitely has something to do with this, with initialization of this variable. It definitely looks like that. Yay, whoa, that's a lot. Right, so where is that? So it's 0. Right, but this time we do have parameters. Right. Let's switch back at systems. I think something is fishy with my system initialization or finalization order. Definitely something wrong with that. So where do I destroy my components, right? So I think that should be also in components.lisp. Yeah, so we do have delete component, right? No, but I reckon there should be some place in code where I do destroy all of the components for every system. So that's the constructor for the components. Delete components, system create. So I'm not really seeing that, which again is kind of fishy. So okay, let's have a look at something. Let's have a look at, for instance, yeah, system components index of UI system. So we do have, yeah, this sparse array with the size of 9. I think it holds only actually 2 entities, this 0 and 1. Nope, sorry. And then let's maybe have a look at the system components of said UI system. So yeah, it contains quite a lot of stuff. It has the on, which is the flag whether the component is turned on or off, while component being the window of UI system. We have the function, which are the compiled functional objects, and we have parameters, which are, well, hash tables of parameters. So what happens if I quit the game? Are those still existing? Whoa. So they're kind of removed, but the storage still exists, right? And this too. And the functions are even not deleted, and the parameters too. Wow. This definitely looks a bit like a memory leak, but let's not get carried away. So, the thing is that the second time I started in the very same Lisp image, something will break. Something will definitely break, and I think... Oh, I think I see what will break. I think something... Oh, no, not that. I thought this one is the culprit, but it's in delete component actually, so no. So where I think there should be some when clause, which actually is the problem, because it sees that those are not created. No, talking something wrong here. So when do I actually... Alright, so I actually create this loading screen entity here. So let's do some debug printing here. UI entity. Yeah, so we can print it, or maybe even format it here. So loading screen created, entity, print the entity, and yeah, see what's going on. Nope. Right. So let's try this old Lisp image, which will crash. So what happens here? Yeah, here I can't really see the initialization for the loading screen system and for that loading screen entity, and that's logical. I mean, that's why, because that's why this crash happens. So what if I start afresh? Damn it. What if I just quick load the engine afresh and then switch the package and then just do demo and maybe even clear the screen? Yeah, okay. So, geez. So demo. Right. So, yeah, now I can see that loading screen created 0. Right? So do I actually recreate systems every time? I'm not even entirely sure. Maybe that's the problem, because I'm using the old system instances, right? No, I'm not using the... Oh, but I do. I do, because I replaced them here the second time I call the demo. But the thing is that at some point in initialization, the part of the systems is the old instances and the part is new instances, right? So that's yeah, that's not very good, and I think that might be the problem too. Oh, right, and I think I even do know which when clause is the problem. I think that's the one, because yeah, the next time I start the same thing in the current Lisp image, I already do loading screen system non-nil, but it is still the old instance. Right, so I know how to fix that. I just will have to properly finalize the systems, I think. Right, so I do have system finalize method, right? But I think I'm defining it in some of my crazy macro. I think maybe even here. System nope. Okay, let's maybe just do search in project by that. So that method system finalize. Oh yeah, that's for the systems, I mean for client code to redefine this method. Right, so I can't really use that, but I can do something like after or before or whatever. Yeah, maybe the after would be better. And I actually use that thing in several systems. Right, but nothing stops me from using... Oh, wait a sec. I do use after method here in prefabs to clear the prefabs, right, crap. Storage name, prefabs, right. So perhaps I could just write here something about clearing that global variable, but that would go against separation of concerns, because this macro is only concerned about prefabs. It doesn't have to do anything with that global variable of system. So where do I clean up that properly? Okay, maybe I can do that in before, but that would be tricky. Yeah, that I shouldn't do that, because in in some of those system finalize methods I still access some components of that system, so that wouldn't make sense. So okay, maybe I can shift that thing to before, right? Because that's hardly the case when I would be creating a new entities from prefabs in system finalize, right? So I think I can probably do that. Okay, let me try that. Let me just try and replace that with before. So yeah, I think I would have to restart everything because, well, I've changed the macro. So yeah, I have to float again. Switch to the package and start it over. So what I'm interested here is finalization. So if I press exit and do not crash, then everything is fine. Yep, cool. So I can use it here. So probably I should document somewhere about system finalization, yeah. So I should document here that you can't really use prefabs in the body of system finalize. So something like using no, constructing or something like node or something like that. No, just like that. Constructing the entities. No, I mean the components. Components from prefabs is forbidden, or is that the word is not permitted? Is forbidden? Is okay? Is not permitted in the body of system finalize. Right, so let me just reformat that, and yeah, that's that. Okay, cool. So now I can use system finalize after, and I will use that in my dev system macro, right? Yeah, here. So it would go here, so after system name. Yeah, I do have system name. Cool. So right, and here I would set f variable name. All right, what is my variable name? Yeah, system. That's the global variable for system. So I would set up that to nil. Yay. So I think that's all of my finalization here. Yeah, okay, I would have to restart everything again, because again I've changed the macro. Okay. Oops. So I think now it should work the second time. I mean, after I quit and then... Oh! Hello! Value of nil in UI system nil is nil. Huh. Well, that's hard to argue. It is nil. Compile type error. That's interesting. I've never seen SBCL been that strict about the types? Why does that happen though? Variable name, where is that? Global vars. Okay, that's global vars. Define global var. And I do declaim a type of that. Okay. So I guess the best thing to do here is just to widen type a bit and make it or null. Is that null? I can't really remember. Something like that. So yeah, I would have to, of course, restart everything again. And then try exiting. Nope, still no. The value nil is not of the type due to clone system. In delete component before. How does that happen? System finalize. Oh, that's the system finalize of loading screen. So it tries to remove its component, right? And then it fails. Why does that fail? Run engine. Okay, finalize system. How do I process those? I think I know what the problem is. So in finalize systems, yeah, I call with systems, and that goes, yeah, so the order here is undefined. I mean, it could go in any direction, but I actually have a specific strict order for my systems to initialize, and consequently to finalize. So that's the problem. I should finalize them in strict order. Yeah, and that would be tricky because, so yeah, let's see, systems. I think maybe I do have an order. Yeah, I do have an order. So I think I can make slightly different macro, slightly different version of this one, which would process them in the proper order. Where am I using that? Oh, I'm using that in a lot of places. So I'm thinking maybe I should have, I mean, for performance reasons, I should have a list of those systems in a proper order somewhere. And I do already have the system initializers, right? But that's not related. I mean, it's not strictly systems. That's just the functions which make systems. Yeah, so I think somehow, no, I reckon I do have something. System, nope, system, oh, system initializers, nope, no, I don't have something like that. I only do have systems, which is a hash table, which have the undefined order of its elements. With systems, right, and finalize systems. Yeah, I guess I would have to just make the star version of that macro. The only thing is which should be a star and which should have no star. So I think I had some agreement with myself about those things. Like, let's have a look at global vector. So yeah, I think I have, yeah, this version with a star. Access blah blah blah. Yeah, which is more complicated that version without a star, which does no bounce checking in this case. So I think the same should go for that with systems. So the version without star is quick and dirty, it just goes through in some order, and then version with a star would respect the order. Yeah, right, okay. So let's do that. F macro with systems star. Damn it. So it would look the same, the variable and the body, and then yeah, the documentation would be slightly different. Binding blah blah blah. Executive's body in loop for each system, honoring the system's order. Maybe even system executive's body in loop for each system, honoring system order, binding to. Yeah, okay. Right. So this one would be slightly trickier. So how do I do that? I can sort that elements in that hash table by some key, but yeah, I guess I would have to resort to sorting. So first of all, I would have, wait a sec. Oh yeah, I would have to get the values. So I think something like that in Alexandria library exists, something like hash values or hash table values. But yeah, hash table values. Let me have a look. Map hash values. Yeah, right, okay. Map hash by cool function for each value. Okay, that makes sense. So, hash table values of systems. Then I would have to sort that, and I will even do that in place. Sort sequence by predicate. So the predicate would be, okay, so in that list I would have a system, which means I can use the, I can use the accessor for the order, which would be system order, right? Yeah. Okay, and that's that, I think. Args and key. Do I need a key? Okay, what is the key argument here? Key designator for function of argument. I can't quite remember. Okay, so the first argument to the predicate function is the part of one element of sequence constructed by the key function if supplied. Oh, okay. Wait a sec. Is hash table a key? I mean, can I use sort to sort hash table values right away? I think probably hash table is not a sequence, but let's see. Sequence, an ordered collection of elements, or a vector, or a list. Right, a vector or a list. Okay, so the hash table is not a sequence. Okay, I can live with that. So I would have to, okay, so that thing is the list I have to traverse, right? Yeah, right. So I think I can even have a do list. Yeah, right. So then variable, and then the list would be that thing, and then in that do list I would just call a body, and that's it. Right, I think my macro is ready, so I can use it here. Nope. What's that? Some warning. The function system order is called by sort with 2 arguments, but wants exactly 1. Oh, right. I would have to write. I have to make it slightly trickier because the sort calls the predicate with 2 arguments. Yeah, sure. So the lambda then. the lambda of 2 arguments, and it would have just, yeah, and I'm always messing with the, oh, I think I have a similar code here, which is fun. Oh no, but I do sort components. Yeah, that's not really similar. But yeah, system order. So I think I can omit thinking about the sign here, which should be the one, the less or the greater. So that would be this one less, right? So I mean the same thing here. So yeah, that should work. Definitely should work. So I would compare system order of A and then system order of B. And maybe even some type declarations would do the trick. Oh, I can use a key to extract an order. Right, that would be way cooler. I can copy that. So instead of that lambda, I can just delete that and use this one. And then for a key to this sort function, I can use system order. Yeah, way cooler. And then body. Yeah, okay, here we go. So let's compile that. No warnings. Cool. So let me just to see if that works, just macro expand some test here. So macro expand one, this one. So do list for system, for sort, stable values, lambda AB, declare blah blah blah, fix num. Is it fix num though? Yeah, I think that's a fix num. Less AB and key system order. System finalize. Yeah, okay, that looks about right. So I do have finalized system at the proper version right now. I mean, I've recompiled it. Oh yeah, but I think I'm right in the, yeah, I'm right in the condition handling right now. Yeah, I will just restart everything again. And then just, nope, just start a demo. So the first time, of course, it works as it should. Let's hit exit. Nope. How does that happen? Okay, now the error is slightly different. So now I'm deleting a component of sound system and something fishy is going on there. Finalize systems. So I call system finalize for a menu system. Let's have a look at, okay, I think I would be fiddling a bit right now with system initialization order. So where's, okay, so here's the sound system with the order of 0, and then menu system, where is that? Menu with the order of 1. Oh, but I think, okay, let's just have a look at at menu system. Yeah, right, in menu system. So, alright. No, not that. Menu system. So in finalizer here, we're removing this entity, this UI entity. Where is the sound coming from then? Okay, that's a bit weird, but I think I know what the problem is. I think the problem is that I should use the reverse order for a finalizer. For obvious reasons, if I initialize A then B and they kinda relate one to another, I should finalize them in reverse order. First destroy B and then destroy A. because yeah, that's how you always do that, for instance in C++ or whatever. Yes, I think I should have here a reverse order. The thing is that I probably should parameterize, I guess that's the word. I should parameterize that in this macro. So I should be able to choose the order. Is it forward or reverse? Yeah, right. So this should be something like optional parameter, but I'm not sure it will work with the body parameter. So it probably should be keyword with the default. Okay, I'm not really sure. Let's have a try. So optional order. No, maybe something reverse. Yeah, reverse. So would that work? Variable reverse is defined but never used. Okay, that kind of works. Optional reverse. So I should set the default, which should be nil, of course, and then just here if reverse then greater, else less. Oops, nope, less. So yeah, that's that. No warnings. So would that compile though? I mean, to what that even would macro expand, and how do I even call that? So let's see. Yeah, okay. Greater. Oh no, but I didn't. Okay, that's the problem. You can't really use optional arguments with the body arguments. Damn it. I guess you could use a key argument, right? With like default value, right? Yeah, something like that. Unless it wouldn't work. So yeah, misplaced body. Crap. So, well, if it's misplaced, I mean, should I put it in the last place here? Oh yeah, it compiles now. Right, but to... Yeah, okay, let's see. Alright, odd number of elements in keyword value list. Right, this is not working as I intended to. So the only thing here is, I guess, is an extra argument list, which is super ugly. And no, I don't want to do that. Nope, 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 nope. The thing is, I maybe should make even one more version of that macro. Something like 2 stars. No, that's super cheesy. How do I? Yeah, let's look. Let's Google for common Lisp naming. Naming like things. Naming style. Naming conventions. Oh yeah, common Lisp. Yeah, of course. Let me just switch to the dark theme, and yeah, naming conventions. No, okay. Number, blah blah blah. Yeah, here we go. So the global, slightly different version, but what if I do have 2 slightly different versions? Unless keyword, possibly destructive, base changing, constant, low level, fast, dangerous, blah blah blah. Occasionally seen. Internal, private, global, lexical, functional, visible. Conversion scheme. Yeah, this does not help much. So, how do I work that around with systems? Okay, maybe something like 2 stars, but again, that's super cheesy. For each system in reverse systems order. So instead of less, that's greater. Alright. Again, super cheesy. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, okay. I should probably recompile that. Alright, so if I use the version with 2 stars, yeah, it still works, but the order is different. Okay, let's try this one. This definitely should work. Hello. So, exit. God damn it. What now? So we are in system finalize of loading screen system. And we call the lead component of the UI system, so this should work, really. Okay, I would have to do some debug printing on finalize systems, or maybe in system finalize. Ooh. Okay, let's switch to systems. Oh yeah, we are in systems. And yeah, here I would want to print something about which system is being deleted. And then some new line, and then the system name. Right. Yeah, right. So yeah, I would have to restart everything again because I've changed the macro. And yeah, it would take too much to go to every system and to recompile the corresponding form. Right, so let's switch to package and try and see if that works. I mean, it wouldn't work, but at least we'll see the order. Wait a second. I'm not really getting that. So we are in... That's the different year, actually. That's the different one. So now we are in finalize systems. We call system finalize for the UI system, which is, I reckon, the first, right? That's the first system in initializers list. Yeah, so we should remove it. No, wait, we should not remove it first. We should start on the reverse with coordinate system and go back up again. Okay, so where is my damn debug printing? I can't really see that. After whatever. Weird. The variable UI. Oh yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, that's my fault. My fault totally. So I should have quoted that because, well, the macro. Yeah, it tried to access that as the variable. Totally my fault. So okay, let's try it again then. At least now I should get my debug logging. Oops, no. That was some reflex. So, what happens when I click exit? Okay, I am starting with UI system. That's not how I intended that to work. I intended that to work on this reverse order. So should I use 1 star here then? Damn it. I reckon it wasn't working with 2-star version either. So let's see. Let's just see. Yeah, here we go. Exit. Right, so now the finalization is in a proper order. So let's have a look at that particular order. System initializers. So we started with a player system, which is weird. Why have we... Yeah, it has the order of 1. Then combat system. Oh yeah, I guess all of those systems does not really have any finalizers. Probably. Okay. Player system, which had the order of 1. Then combat system, again order of 1. Then... Oh, wait a sec, I'm not looking at the proper place. Yeah, so we started here. It's on that order. So we started with coordinate system, which is right. Cool. Then camera, then map, then collision, HP, sprite, then character, mana, mob, sound, item. They all have the order of 0. Then combat system, which has the order of 1. Then player system, which also have the order of 1. And then obviously menu system. Yeah, and in menu system we tried to delete some sound. Okay, so here is the trick. So some of the... No, I'm not getting it. Where does that sound component come from in menu system? Delete entity 8. Oh, that's the loading screen itself. I'm not getting that at all. And what is that list? That's weird. Oh, that's, I think, maybe some argument list. Yeah, anyway, we're deleting some entity, and that entity has the sound component, but at that point the sound system is already finalized, so it cannot really delete this component. Why does that happen? How this sound component got left? Right, so let's switch to that UI system. So does it have here? Yeah, we do have some sound here. Right, we create that button press sound. Prefab button press. Right. But I think that only is created when the button is pressed, right? And then it should be automatically deleted, isn't it? I mean, let's go to sound system. And here, oh, I think, no, I know what the problem is. Yeah, and that's kinda old known problem. So the thing is that actually that sound component should be deleted once it stopped playing the actual sound, right? So somewhere here, let me just find it. Yeah, here in system update for the sound system, we actually go through all of the sound components, and if some of those is already stopped, so if it's not playing, we call delete component. So that those are deleted automatically. That's just some sort of convenience measure. But The thing is that, yeah, when I press the exit button, actually it starts playing the sound, and this sound does not, it is not stopped playing by the time we come to that place where we should delete that sound. That's kinda, yeah, that's kinda fun problem. And yeah, that's the actually known problem. Like when I press the exit button and the game exits, I mean before this bug, I haven't really heard the sound of button press, because again it exits too fast. It just does not have the time to play that button press sound. So yeah, that was a problem, but that was a tiny like UI UX problem. But right now that's a bigger problem actually. So how do I actually fix it? I can just do the simplest thing. I can just go into the main menu prefab and remove that button press sound, because they all are explicit. But that's not very nice, because actually in Diablo, when you press exit, it actually manages to play that button press sound and only then exit. So that works there. I should also make it work. But how do I do that? I can probably just like idly loop for some time before that sound stops, right? I mean, that's only kind of logical thing to do. We just wait until that sound stops, and only then we start the process of actually stopping the game. Or we could, I don't know. Yeah, we could block in the system finalize. Yeah, right, this system does not have system finalize. So yeah, I can actually write the system finalize method for the sound system, which would wait on all of the sounds to stop playing, like busily loop, right? Yeah, let me think a bit on that idea, and maybe I have some sugar boost here. So what if I later I would have some sounds that play in game? They would be stopping the game from exiting actually, and that would be not very nice. I could add some sort of boolean flag into the component, which will indicate that I should wait for that sound to stop. So this maybe would work. But I mean, that's some extra data and extra memory for everything. Hello. Yep. They sometimes inline functions do me some pain, but then again, nothing that recompiling couldn't fix. I mean, I actually had the idea of changing the optimization parameters on the fly with some variable, and I can probably use that variable to uninline those functions. I mean, in my, let me just show you. Would you just stop, please? Wait a sec. Damn it. So yeah, anyway, I thought maybe in my ASD file, or maybe not. Oh yeah, I think I stashed that into the stash. No, not that. Or that. Yeah. So I thought maybe somewhere in ASD file I could have some, yeah, some sort of the variable which I could, for instance, push into features before the compiling. So anyway, that would be the variable that's available in compile time, and it would hold these like debug, non-debug, or optimize, no optimize settings. And maybe I can also use that for inlining, so I can turn that off for the debugging purposes. So yeah, anyway, I would work on that a bit later. So right now I'm thinking whether I should play some sounds and do not let the game stop until that sounds are properly ended, because that's the bug I'm having right now. So yeah, probably I could just wait here on any sound that is currently playing. But that's not very nice. Yeah, and later probably I would even have the ability to pause some of those sounds. And that wouldn't mix well together. So yeah, probably some boolean flag here that indicates the sound should be played through before exiting. That flag would make sense. But on the other hand, this flag only would be set for that sound on exit button and nowhere else. Which again is kinda weird. Okay, let me just start. So anyway, I would define the method, define the method system finalize here for the system of sound system. And yeah, it would somehow wait. Should that be just busy wait? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I don't even have Diablo installed here in this machine to try it out. Yeah, okay. So perhaps I should somehow distinguish on the code level that this sound is kind of important, and it should be played through. So I mean, this system kinda, well, I thought that it would only work for kinda short sound effects, and like for music or something I would have the separate one. But again, that's unclear at this stage of design. So yeah, I don't have the clear idea about should I put that flag here. But can I do that nicely? Yeah, I guess I kinda can. I mean, I can pass extra parameters to make component, and it in turn will pass those extra parameters in make prefab. Where was that? Oh no, I should look in prefabs. So make prefab. Yeah, it had extra parameters. So it would destruction bind, get this rest parameters, then pass it to make prefab component. Here. I mean, would that even work in sound system. Yeah, here, make prefab. Make sound prefab. Oh, okay. Let it make prefab. Prefab components. So make prefab is the method with a system. Right, but what is make sound prefab here? Oh no. Oh, it's defined in def prefab, and that's okay. Where is that? Make oh yeah, I guess that's the structure, right? Yeah, right, that's the structure. So yeah, that's make prefab. I should look at make prefab component actually. So yeah, it got parameters and those, but I'm not really using those here. Yeah, so I guess I should if I'm adding this boolean flag. Again, this looks like the waste of memory, but oh, how do I? Yeah, weird. That's weird. Right, but I guess I will start with that design and maybe later kinda change it. So in the sound component I would add some boolean flag which would indicate that the sound should be played through before the game exits. So how do I name it? God, I'm so bad at naming things. Something like non-interruptible. Yeah, maybe I can even reuse that later somewhere. Non-interruptible. Yeah, I guess that's right. So by default that would be nil. The type would be boolean. And then I can have some documentation here, I reckon. So that indicates that the sound should be played through no matter what. Right, so that's my recklessly continuous. So that's my component. So now I should pass the extra parameters. I mean, I should fish out this thing from parameters. And I'm not even using those here, and that's bizarre. Okay. So where am I setting that sample instance? Yeah, right. Sample instance, blah blah blah, attach. But where is... I'm not... Oh yeah, make sound. Entity sample instance. Oh, right. So I should do the destruction here, and yeah, right. So non-interruptible goes here. And I should actually destructure it from parameters. Can I mean, where should I do that? Yeah, I guess right here would be okay. Alright, so destructuring, come on, destructuring, god damn it. Yeah, destruction bind of, so the lambda list would be key read only. I mean, I'm not really good in destruction bind usage. I can't remember how it would work here. So parameters. Oh, yeah, read only. So right, I would have to do some tests. Destruction bind, key read only, and some list. Okay, so first of all, how will that work with empty list? Print read only. Oh no, not read only, but non-interruptible. And also here, non-interruptible. Nil, so that works. Okay, cool. So would that work with some extra parameters? I guess it shouldn't, and it does not. So would that work with that thing? Non-interruptible, sure. Hello? Function. Oh, yeah, the list. I meant the list. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. So, yeah, of course, not read-only, but non-interruptible. I don't know why I written read-only. So we fish out non-interruptible key from parameters, and we pass it to make sound, if any. So yeah, cool. And right, so now I should pass it through here. So I guess I should add the keyword non-interruptible, or yeah, wait a sec. Maybe I should make all of the button sounds non-interruptible. Would that make sense? Yeah, I guess that kinda makes sense. So that's kinda UI elements, and you always want the sound of your buttons to, well, to be played through. Yeah, okay. Prefill button press and non-interruptible key. Right, cool. So, and what am I? Oh yeah, I should also add this idea here about waiting for that non-interruptible things. So the idea is to just busily loop until this thing is playing. So how should that be? I think I should just go over all of the sounds again. Sounds, and then when some of those is a get sample instance playing, and damn it, instance playing sample instance. Oh yeah, but first of all I should check if that's non-interruptible. So yeah, like that, non-interruptible, and it is playing. We just do busy wait. So maybe we should call sleep with some minimal number, something like al sleep. Oh, it's not even, I think it's missing. Sleep. Okay, how do I sleep in Allegro? So Allegro sleep. Huh. Sleep 01. Okay, I could use the default sleep from Common Lisp. Yeah, but that's not very, I want that to be nice to liballegro internals. But I guess at that point when system finalizes called, I don't really have the event loop running, right? I don't even have the things rendering, most probably. So sleep. That's weird. That's should be used in place of Perl's built-in sleep function. Okay, that's some weird comment in Perl bindings of Allegro. AL sleep, second sleep alarm, second 6 minute phone number that should be used in place of Allegro timer system, and the timer module may cause the built-in to work improperly. Let's make this important and use the replacement for the built-in sleep. So it does have sleep. Weird. So let's have a look at docs maybe. I mean, it looks like I'm missing here. Yeah, right, online HTML. So where would that be? Events maybe? No, I reckon this thing has a search. Yeah, right, search. Sleep. No, not fseek. Thank you very much. Sleep. Whoa. So Allegro really does not have a sleep, which is weird. But I reckon it has some things like timers. Time, implementation, time, creating, time. Not really. I reckon I was handling time somehow in main loop. So let's have a look at that. I was calculating that delta time. So yeah, current tick. And where do I get this tick? Oh yeah, AL get time. Right. Okay, where is that get time? Get time. AL get time. Yay. So AL get time, AL init timeout, AL rest. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Waits for a specific number of seconds. This tells the system to pause current thread for a given amount of time. With some operating systems, the accuracy could be order of 10 milliseconds. That's even AL rest blah 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 might pause for something like 10 milliseconds. Also says action timer routines for easier ways to time your program without using up all CPU. Timer routines. Come on, timer. IL creates timer. So how does that work? Allocate and initialize the timer. Successful pointer to new timer return. There is null, SpaceX, blah blah blah. New timer is initially stopped. Usage note. Typical granular to the system order of milliseconds, but with some drivers only be milliseconds. Yeah. Anyway, AL start timer. From them and time counter blah 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 will begin generating events, but I'm not handling events at that point, so that wouldn't be of much use, I think. Resume, stop, get timer started, get timer count, get timer speed, get timer event source, associated event source. This will gain, timers will generate events of type Allegro event timer. So yeah, I'm not really using, I'm not having event loop at that point. So yeah, I guess I'm good with AL rest, or maybe AL init timeout. How does that work? Set timeout value for some number of seconds after function call. For compatibility with the platform, seconds must be blah blah blah, seconds or less. Yeah, 2 billions. Okay. Allegro timeout. Set timeout value. I mean, what is Allegro timeout? Represents the timeout value. The size of the structure is known. Can be statically allocated. The constants are private. So where I even can use that? Oh yeah, AL wait for event until. Wait until event queue specific is non-empty. If red event is not null, blah blah blah. Yeah, even though my event queue is not running at that point, maybe I can do the trick and kind of wait for some event al init user and source. Oh yeah, maybe I should just go on with al rest. Yeah, I guess that's what I will do. So it gets a seconds as its argument. Rest time. Oh yeah, because rest is kind of reserved for Common Lisp, I think. Yeah, ALL rest. That's it. So what would be the value? Something like, I don't know, 0. I mean that one frame, kinda. Yeah, the very same value from here. So that's it. So we go over all of these sounds with stop at any sound that's still playing. We wait for some time and then go on. That's it. So let's compile that. Yeah, that compiles. So yeah, I guess I should restart everything again. And yeah. So exit. Ooh. Unknown keyword prefab. Expected one of non-interruptible. I reckon I was fixing that thing. Non-interruptible. I mean, damn it. Prefab, make prefab component. Okay, so let's go to prefabs, and yeah, I totally recall I was fixing that, but now I can't see that. Weird. Okay, let's search for make prefab component, because I was definitely using that for some other. Oh yeah, allow other keys. That's what I've used, right? Oh yeah, that's the one I'm editing right now. So, and I'm not using the parameters here, I guess. Oh yeah, but I do, but I again use allow other keys. So yeah, I guess that's what I should use here. Interruptible, allow other keys. Can I? Yeah. I mean, I can't really recover from this, can I? Yeah, I can't. Right, let's restart again and quick load it. So right. Exit. Nah, damn it. Oh, the same thing again. Nil is not of type the Tuclonkit system. How does that happen? I mean, it should work that time, this time, because the sound system was finalized, which means we waited for all of that sounds to work. Oh, but now we are not calling, yeah, right, now we are not calling system update, which means those are not automatically deleted. And that's the thing. So we should stop. Yes, so if it is non-interruptible, we play it and I mean we busy wait for that, and if not, we just delete it. I mean we just delete it anyway. So delete component system entity. Yeah, I think that should do the trick. That definitely should do the trick. I mean, I've heard that sound of button press fully. So yeah, it was kinda doing the right thing. So let's do this. Yay, that worked. but I think I hadn't really heard the sound. But anyway, let's call it again. Yay, it works again. Cool, awesome, I fixed that. I probably should even commit that separately, but anyway. So let me just try and hear that sound. I don't think I've heard that. Which is kind of, I don't know. Yeah, so here's that sound. That sound also should happen when I press exit. So, nope. How does that work? Or rather, don't work. Yeah, okay, let me just print out some debug things here. Print some entity, and then whether it is plain, and then okay, plain, and then whether it is non-interruptible, and some new line. So the entity, and then this plain thing, and then non-interruptible. Come on, yeah, here it is. So let's see. Hello. Right, so it was plain, it was non-interruptible, so we should have... Oh yeah, that should be busy loop. Okay, so that should not be only one thing, that should be the full busy loop. So yeah, I guess I can rewrite that. I guess it should look like that. When it is non-interruptible, then we loop kinda while this condition is right. While we are playing, we do and wait some time. And then we delete it anyway. So yeah, that's the idea. Okay, let's try that. That definitely should work. Yeah, so this sound also should happen when I press exit. Yay, that worked. Cool, awesome. So this works just like it should. Awesome, amazing. So what if I try and press some other button while we are waiting for the exit sound? No, it's not. Yeah, it's not reacting as it should. Okay, cool. So that is fixed. And I think I can finally move to changing the actual loading stuff. I mean, to change the UI. So I reckon I had some issue for that in my bug tracker. So let me just let me have a look. So where's the loading screen? It's weird I haven't put that here in doing. So here it is. And here's the art. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. And maybe I think I even have loaded that. Let me just have a look. So in resources, in images, I think. But oh no, I don't have it here. Okay, so let's just download that. Yeah, let's just try and use those. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, let's just download the full and empty. Oh, aren't those previews? Okay, the full and the empty. Yeah, right. So this should go to MF. Video concrete resources images. And let me just rename it to... How do I rename it? So I guess it depends on how those are called in that UI library I'm using, which is nuclear. So in CL nuclear, in SRC, in so one of those files should be auto-generated with the interface. Yeah, I reckon interface.lisp. Yeah, that one. So something like progress. Yeah, nk progress. I guess that's that. Modifiable. Or is it something like bar, menu bar, scroll bar, menu bar? No. It was definitely progress. Slider and then progress. Okay, let me just open the nuclear.h. nk prog. Yep, progress bar. nk progress and nk prog. Right, so this would be progress full. And then this would be progress empty. Yep. So, how do I actually use those? I mean, there should be some style options for those. Let me have a look. Prog. I guess I should search for prog. Okay, style progress. So here it is, actually. Yeah, here it is. Okay, style progress. So we have, what do I have here? We have a background, a cursor, and some properties. Cursor rounding. I mean, are those rounded? No, they are not. So, rounded border, cursor border, user callbacks. I should have a look at, I think at the example of those nuclear library, and I mean at how this thing is used. I reckon I should have it somewhere. No, not that. So nuclear. So I can't really remember how do I start my example. Maybe just load it right away. Yep. Nope. What's that? Oh yeah, the font. I'm missing the font for some reason. What's the... Oh. So what have I changed here? Oh, those are not... Right, so that's not really the official example. The official example is somewhere here. Offsets, yeah, overview, I think. Nope. What? How? Weird. That's weird. Overview. How it is missing CFI? Oh. Right. Weird. Oh yeah, the example. I should load the example.lisp. Yay, here we go. So where is the full... Oh, why... Right, I guess I would have to go to the official library and not to my bindings for Common Lisp. So nuclear. Yeah, here it is. I would just clone that and oh, I do have it here, so it's even the git repo. Oh, okay, cool. So No, not that. I should go to demo and then try and compile a Allegro example. Right, so something like make should do the trick. Okay, it takes some time, and here we go. So it is been demo, and I think it fails to load a font, of course. Would that work? Yeah, it works like here. So let me have a look. Somewhere here should be this progress layout. Sorry, progress widget. But where is that? Widgets, yeah, here we go. Text, no, button, basic, yeah, basic slider, progress bar. Here we go. So yeah, it looks just like that. Okay, so what was those parameters for style? A background, a cursor. I mean, what is meant by cursor here? Cursor normal, hover, active. Maybe it changes. I'm not sure whether this changes the style of the widget itself or the actual mouse cursor. Let's just leave it be. So, rounding border, cursor border, padding, and some callbacks even. Yeah, I don't need that. So I think I'm only off with normal, and that's that. Okay, but how do I do that with this nice internal filling and not just... let me have a look at empty. Oh, I guess the only difference is that it actually contains the color. So I mean, I could only fill it with the same color, and then it will look just like that. Yeah, it will look just like that. Oh, but maybe not. Maybe not because of this gradient here. But I'm not seeing here any options. Simply normal, hover, active, normal and active. How do those differ, I wonder? Okay, let me just try and go ahead. So I don't do that. Right, so I guess I should just go ahead and maybe just start with that progress bar without any graphical interface, and only then go on further. So I should go to resources, then to UIs, because that's the UI prefabs, and then at loading. So here I have this button only for the test, right? Yeah, NK button with button label. So instead of this, I want NK progress, right? So I think I'm good with only calling NK prog with appropriate parameters. So what are those? Arc0, I guess that's the context. Then current, maximum, and modifiable. Okay, so what are the units I'm setting this progress in? I mean in loading screen system. So those are, where are those? Yeah, progress, here it is. I'm not really... Okay, let's say those are... let's say those are from 0 to 1 and floating point. I mean, can I use floating point here in mkprog? Okay, so where is it? nuclear.h. So I will leave a mark here, like style s. So where is that mkprog? Yeah, in kproc. Okay, size. Okay, this is integer. Right, so if this is an integer, well, let's go along with that. So, integer. Right, progress, but progress here, I thought I would use it in the fractions of 1, I mean from 0 to 1. So maybe I could just go here with multiplying it by 100 and having the full at 100. So yeah, that would make sense. But how do I properly, do I just call round? Or maybe rather ceiling of or maybe truncate. I reckon truncate is slightly faster on SBCL. So truncate multiply something like that by 100. Hey, so truncate multiply progress by 100. I mean, how will that work on a low level? Let me just have a look at disassembly for that. Disassemble. Where is my long thing with the lambda? Yeah, here it is. So I'm not really interested in that. I want to look at the truncation thing. So double float, yeah, exactly, double float. So optimize blah blah blah. And now we truncate multiply by 100 this x. So how to look? Oh, ooh, it looks hairy, to say the least. And then truncate double float. I guess the reason for that is that the compiler thinks this could overflow. I mean, multiplication by 100. Okay, so how do I double float? Yeah, to hell with it. Let's just leave it as is for now. So that's the current. The maximum would be the 100, and then modifiable, of course, not. So yeah, 0. And I guess I could just remove that. So here we go. Let's see if that works. Wow, it worked. Cool, awesome. That's just amazing. So that worked. Let me just try and see that again. Yeah, okay, cool. So I guess I could even add some letters that actually write the file that's being loaded at every point in time. But yeah, I guess I will do that later. So let me just look at one more time. Yeah, cool. Amazing. So yeah, I mean, there are also some things to do yet. I mean, I should also maybe add some letters that tell what file is being loaded currently, and then add some beauty, some of those things that are actually better than just a bar. But yeah, I guess I will do that later. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want more, get back next Saturday. So yeah, thanks for watching again, take care and goodbye.